Hey guys, happy Sunday. So in the last video we talked about finding your purpose. So in this video we're going to talk about how do you find that purpose? Where do you look? So the first things first. Who am I? It's a pretty loaded question, isn't it? It's a huge question. It talks about your identity. Do you know who you are? Do you know what you're all about? Do you know what makes you tick? So the first one, who am I? What's your identity? Have you ever really thought about it? Are you trying to be like everybody else? Are you trying to be like the influencer you think is awesome? Are you trying to be like the actor or actress? Are you trying to be like your idol, your mentor? So we don't really put much effort into finding out who we really are and what we are all about. So that's one of the very important factors in finding your purpose. If you don't know who you are, you don't know what makes you tick, it's very, very difficult to find your path or to be very well on your journey. So that's the very first, most important part about who am I. Second important part is, what are my roots? So I know a lot of people hate history, but history is crucial. Knowing where you're from, where you came from, what you're all about, what you've done before, where you've been is an extremely important factor in moving forward. If you don't know where you've been, means you don't know what your mistakes are, you don't know what your strengths are, you don't know what you're capable of, you don't know how to push forward. So that is one of the most important parts. What's your roots? If you know where you were, it's easier to know where you can go. Does that make sense? And the third part is, how can I contribute? Do you know what your talents are? What have you been gifted by God? What has He put you on this earth for, and what are the talents that He's given you? You have your strengths, you have your weaknesses. The question is, do you know what they are? Can you imagine what a superhero would do if he didn't know how or what his powers were? So it's very important to know what your superpowers are. If you don't know what your superpowers are, how in the world will you be able to utilize them? If you have figured out what your superpowers are, bravo, that's amazing. Not everyone can figure out their superpowers, but if you have, you know what you're capable of. Do you know how to utilize it? Do you know how to use it? Do you know how to use it effectively? Do you know how to maximize the usage? That's another part as well. Knowing your superpowers is not enough. Do you know how to use it? What can maximize it? How can it help you move forward? Fourth one, how do you use the superpowers that you have figured out? You know, oh my God, this is my superpower. How will you use it? So say your superpower is to inspire people. You know that's your gift, or you have the gift of the gap. How will you use it now, moving forward? Knowing how to utilize the superpowers is just as important as knowing what they are. So once you've figured that out and figured out who you are, it makes the journey much easier. The fifth point, we are all interdependent on each other. A lot of times, we might know what our superpowers are, we know who we are, we know how to utilize it, but you still can't move forward, or you still can't quite figure out how to go on your path. That's because I believe that we are very selfish. We don't understand the need for others in our life. Other people are important. You'd be surprised to know that these people have a big impact on your life, and they are an important factor in figuring out that purpose, because it could be the one that actually open up a lot of doors for us. So we can find our purpose in others, and we need to understand that as well. I don't know if you've heard this before, but God can have an amazing sense of humor. The person that dislikes you most could be the one that opened the doors for you. The person that maybe made your life difficult while you were working could be the one that created an opportunity for you, or linked you to someone. So never dismiss others, regardless of your experiences with them. You really never know. The sixth point, declutter. There's this thing called mind chatter, where they have this huge amount of noise in our minds. External noise is one thing, but when you have internal noise in your minds, this mind clutter can really mess things up for you, and it can hinder your ability to listen. And this is one thing that we need to learn. I mean, this is something that I need to learn as well, and I'm trying to learn it better. So declutter your mind. Try to listen more. When you're able to listen more to what is happening around the world, in the universe, things speak to you sometimes. There's certain things that happen in your life for a reason. There's certain opportunities that come up. Don't dismiss it. Don't think, oh, I can do it another day. There is a reason why that opportunity came to you at that point of time. There was a reason. Don't dismiss it. Listen. Most of the time, even though we figured out all of these points, you have your superpowers, you know who you are, you know where you're from, you know how to utilize it, you don't dismiss others, you understand that we're interdependent, all that you figured it out. But you feel, I'm not quite there yet. I don't have enough of money. I don't have enough of investment. I have not enough of contacts. I mean, the list goes on. You have to remember that the time is now. You don't have to wait. Utilize what you have. Move forward. The biggest tragedy in life is not death. It is a life without purpose. With all that information in your head, I'm sure it's making your mind go like, oh. So, next video, I want to address the first point I talked about. Who am I? A lot of us haven't really figured that out. How do we understand who we are? That's the most fundamental part to understanding this journey. So, watch out for my next video. I don't know when I'm going to post it because I am really busy, but I'll make time because it's important. So, catch me then. Take care.